And our first item is approval of the agenda. Would you like to?
Yes. I make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Okay, and I second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. We will now have public comments. Each speaker is given 5 minutes maximum to speak before the Board of Elections about various topics, issues, and concerns. You must direct your comments to the board, and responses are reserved at the direction of the board. Are there any people who have signed up and want to make public comment? Okay, then that part is over. Under new business, should I wait till Zach gets here to do that? We can what? Okay. We will recess before we review the precinct returns, since that's the predominant thing we're going to do at this special called meeting. Thank you.
Business, the review of precinct returns.
Correct. We've not done anything with that.
Are we out of the recess?
Hmm?
Have we resumed?
It's up to the chairman.
Yeah, I guess I could, do we need a motion to draw ourselves out of recess?
I think just a statement.
Just a statement, because you didn't do a motion to go into, correct?
I just said we would go into recess.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
you-
with that, we can exit recess.
Yes.
Perfect.
I didn't get to go out and play.
Yeah,
Go
love the
ahead.
formality of
We don't
parliamentary
count.
procedure. Yeah. Man. Where's Robert to explain his rules when you need them?
Yes. Where's Patrick?
Would you like for me to verbally give a report for new business?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Explain some of the review of precinct returns. I see at least here in Fayette, we topped 30% in overall voter turnout. I mean, we're among the highest in the state. I believe the top 3 counties in the state for turnout, actually, as far as
The final?
yeah, as far as the 2025 general election went. So, please, Director Garrett, if you wouldn't mind explaining a little bit about the precinct returns that we are looking at right now.
Okay, in your packets, you do have a election summary report, a statement of votes cast. You also have a reconciliation election day report from the ballots. This is pulled from the e-poll system. So that is what is attached to the poll pads. It's a one-sheeter, double-sided, and it says reconciliation election day report. You also have an absentee voter report that is also by precinct for you to review as well. Lastly, you have a list of provisional ballot names You have two copies. One's printed really small, so I tried to put it in a longer sheet so that you could see it. We did have a total of 23 provisional ballots on Election Day coming to the office. Out of those 23, 18 are currently eligible to be scanned, and we have one outstanding provisional ballot that we're waiting on until 5 o'clock for ID. So if you will look on your election summary report, you have 0 for provisional, and that is because in order to protect the voters' privacy, secrecy of the ballot, since we only have that one outstanding ballot, we're going to wait until the 5 o'clock meeting to provide the additional results. Otherwise, we kind of risk showing those. So we are waiting on one outstanding ballot for 1 o'clock p.m. As Chair Lisby stated, our turnout was 32.85% for this election. On Election Day, it was 16.76%, but during advance voting, it was 15.86%, which I found to be very interesting to kind of watch the trends over the past elections I've been here. And I think it's a really good balance at first. It was more advanced voting, but now I'm starting to see it teeter a little bit. And absentee is 0.23% for Election Day. We had a total of 29,975 ballots cast. Do you all have any questions for me?
Just a second.
Good.
Yeah, tell me again, I'm sorry, it doesn't stick. What partial means?
Partial means that most of the time partial is out of precinct. So if you break down your ballot styles, if they live in Fayetteville, but they go to Peachtree City because they don't have enough time to make it to Fayetteville, then we can only count what is eligible on the ballot that they receive to
Got it.
cast.
What matches?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And we do count those. Those do count.
But they only count partial, is that right?
Right, because we can only count the contest on the actual ballot physically that they complete.
Sure.
So they're
Okay,
not
however
going to
you
have,
figure
let's
that
just
out.
say they live in the city and they live in Fayetteville, but they cast their ballot at Peachtree City because it's 650. We're only going to be able to count the PSC because they're only eligible to vote for that election since it's statewide.
Do you remember, and this is not with provisionals, how many combo codes did we have for this election? Approximately.
Approximately 77.
77?
Approximately.
Okay. Wow. Okay. And we're also talking about the reconciliation. Is that part of your report?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me, I know what spoiled is. Spoiled basically means they voted, they printed the ballot and decided that that wasn't what they wanted to do.
Correct.
So we spoil it and they vote again,
Correct.
right? Okay. And canceled is what?
So in order to spoil a ballot, you have to cancel their voter registration as well. So if they come back and they say, this is not what I intended to print or select, then they will cancel it out. It also asks you if you would like to spoil the ballot. In larger elections, when you get in those primary elections, sometimes they might declare Democrat, and then they really intended to have Republican. Actually, what's really popular is nonpartisan, looking for that to have all the contests on one ballot. So when they come back, we have to cancel their entire check-in to be able to go back and reprocess that voter. So in this case, that's the route that the poll workers took, canceling the voter check-in. And then it asks you if you had a spoiled ballot to cancel as well, which means you have a physical ballot that was printed out as well, and you hit yes or no. So that's the difference between those two.
So if they haven't printed out the ballot, that's how you can have a cancellation without a spoiled ballot.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And when you finish with the provisionals, this reconciliation will change where we will have provisionals on it?
No. So this report came from the poll pads, and we don't handle provisionals on the poll pads. So why is it here? I can't really answer that question.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I think I'm done. We're still reviewing, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, I know I asked this last time. But, you know, I've slept several nights since then. So, under our district voting here, these reports, I see, like, for instance, the very first one, Black Rock, 965 times cast. I'm assuming that's 965 votes. But when you look over on the right, for the same precinct, it has 964 votes.
Mhm.
So what makes up that difference?
I could take that one. So the 965 number represents the number of voters that reside in the Black Rock precinct that came in, checked in, cast a ballot. The reason that 964 is one less, it means that one individual, one voter of that 965 declined to make a selection in that race. So that's what we call an undervote, right? So they declined to participate or vote in that specific election. So that would explain the distinction. That would explain why it's one less between the two. Would that be more or less correct, Director Garrett?
That is absolutely correct.
Thank you. I'll try to write that down somewhere.
Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. There is no such thing as a bad question at all.
But if they overvote and select two people in the same office, it's not counted at all, is that right?
I'm not sure about that specifically.
The machine won't allow you to overvote,
That's what I
but
was
when
wondering.
we have those absentees and we have the vote review panel that conveys, and you'll see where they made two selections, that's when the vote review panel makes the determination.
On the adjudication?
Correct.
But that can't happen on election day because the BMD stops it?
Correct.
No, that's not right, because they use that during early voting. You're talking absentee, sorry.
Yes, so absentee, you can do a overvote, but we don't count overvotes. So that's when the adjudication happens. But on election day, the screen turns a different color, I don't remember, and you can't move forward until you make the correct quantity of.
For overvotes. Okay, all right, thanks. That make sense,
Mhm.
Morris? Brianna, again, I always ask this because it gets screwed up. Registered voters, is that literally registered voters or is that active?
Active. That does not include inactive.
Why they put that as registered is beyond me, but okay, thank you.
Yeah, we're at like 98 something thousand registered, but at 91 something thousand
Right.
active. Yeah, but it does say registered. That's software
Well,
for you, man.
if you go to the
Spits out
Secretary of
reports.
State's office and you pull up results, it will say at the top, it will say registered voters, and it can't be. You know, they use active for the percent turnout, but they call it registered.
Maybe they treat it like that because I guess if you're put on an inactive state, potentially you're pulled out because you're getting ready potentially to be put on a list maintenance schedule, I guess? I don't know.
For me, an inactive, all they have to do is walk in with a driver's license and
Absolutely.
they can vote, which means they go to active.
Mhm.
So that's why that, I feel, is wrong. But whatever.
What does it take to become inactive? You missed two
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 general
consecutive.
elections. So it's 4 years, I guess, total not
Actually,
voting?
it's two.
Yeah.
It's total of 4, yes.
Yeah, total
you're
4
right.
years.
Yeah.
But 2 consecutive general elections. Federal general elections.
I mean, there are other reasons, I think, that they can go inactive, like if they turned in a change of address
Yeah, right.
card, or if they've
Yeah.
gotten a deceased report or something, but I think that goes through pretty quickly, you know, at the state level.
Yeah.
They get canceled. But for some reason, they use active for turnout, which,
NCOA, well, no activity, inactive is only for no kind of contact or activity. If they turn in voter registration, cancellation cards, or if they come up in the ERIC system, then that's a automatic cancellation. Just wanted to
goes
clear
through
that
right
up.
away.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I really think we need to, oh, sorry, it's not time for discussion, sorry.
So how do these unresolved write-ins, how do they play into this? Or how do they put into this? I won't say play it, let me change my...
They do not. They won't affect anything because we do not have any certified write-in candidates.
Okay.
So for this election,
So they have to be certified as a write-in.
correct.
So unresolved is meaning that they wrote somebody's name in that is not...
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay.
And
So
I,
that's
and,
what
and I only
happens
say
to...
unfortunately because most of the time those write-ins are satire, so we have to, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, does the board require any more time to review any returns?
I don't.
Okay, with that, I guess we can go ahead and move on to executive session, which I believe we do not have anything, and that would require executive session today. And I guess that brings us to our final item on the agenda, of course, adjournment. So I would accept a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I hereby present a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Motion to adjourn has been made. A second is not necessary. Any discussion?
Nope.
Seeing none, I'll go ahead and call the vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.